Remember the quote, "It takes a village to raise a child"? We know that many of us grow up feeling alone and isolated. We need to make sure we get behind our deaf youth to ensure a better future for all deaf people.
For the general population, navigating the world is a challenge. It's even more challenging when you throw communication barriers into the mix. Deaf people face this every day.
I went to a mainstream program in Ethiopia. I remember telling my parents that I wasn't happy and I couldn't understand because there were no interpreters in class and I was missing information communicated orally. After that, my parents decided to move me to the deaf school.
I grew up not knowing sign language at all, nor do I have an idea why anybody didn't teach me. So I had to deal with isolation and boredom with not much to do.
Now I'm able to really interact with deaf peers, even though that wasn't something that I would have had before. I'm able to do it in my workspace, I'm able to do it in my academic space, and I think that's very, very beneficial to me as a late deafened person because I know that that's not the case for a lot of people who are late deafened. It happens and they feel very isolated and very alone. I did have the benefit of having a lot of people to kind of guide me through it and a lot of people to be amazing, I guess, role models and to provide support and to show me the ropes in some ways.
Deaf people are finding ways to insert themselves in situations where they're able to learn from others. This is the true value of social capital. What is social capital? It's where values and norms are shared, where people are able to network within a community for opportunities for employment, education, or collaboration. Deaf people feel more capable of navigating different settings by being around other deaf people who share the same experiences, resulting in greater overall well-being, confidence, and healthy social adjustment.
I saw how people responded to a variety of situations, which I was able to see because I had access to communication. That made me a more confident person.
Attending YLC was amazing. Getting to see so many role models that were already college students, some of them attended RIT, some Gallaudet, some public universities. They had already obtained their degrees, and this inspired me. It motivated me even more for college.
It's nice to be able to be approach or run into somebody that is also deafblind or deaf because we share the experience that we all go through.
I learned how to self-advocate at my school for the deaf, from my parents, and my friends. I learned about situations that other deaf people were facing and what they did to advocate for themselves in those situations.
By caring for ourselves and each other, deaf people immediately have access to an incredible network and support system.
I think it's important that people seek out their supports. For example, my VR counselor was a part of my support system. I could talk to them about college and my future. I also had friends in college who became part of my support system too. I believe if you have a good support system, then you can succeed.
When I'm surrounded with deaf individual, I feel like we all could somehow, there's a connection between all of us.
This can give way to deaf people taking initiatives in solving complex social issues such as accessibility, discrimination, and equal opportunities.
I got involved with advocacy work, and now I'm involved with the legislative sessions here in Louisiana, trying to develop and draft laws that will benefit us. Networking with senators and representatives so they can better understand our community needs.
We all want our community to become successful, but also collaborating to see that success in deaf communities across the U.S.
What can often feel like a lonely journey of going to school, job searching, or developing oneself suddenly becomes a healthy ecosystem of deaf people being able to relate to one another. By advocating for ourselves and lifting each other up, deaf people are more likely to find themselves thriving and bringing their unique perspectives to educational environments and workplaces.